Good day, good people. This is your dope black dad. Just back with another episode today. It's been a minute since I posted some things, and I'm sorry about that, but just had to do some realignment, get some things back in order, and we are back. And of course, I'm going to share with you some of those details of some of the things that kind of happened. But for today, I just want to get into a real quick topic that's real close to me, and it hit home. So the topic is considered "You Hurt Me," and that's what it is. It's a stretch, but walk with me. I titled it "You Hurt Me" because in the realm of men, we don't use that term a lot. We're not taught to use that term a lot, or we're not even encouraged to use that term a lot because it can be seen as a sign of weakness. It could be a sign of vulnerability that we may not even want to give off, or we don't know how the other person is going to receive us when we say things like "you hurt me." So I want to talk about how that relates to me. For me, "you hurt me" is not something that I was taught to say or taught to announce to people. I was taught to just suck it up. I was always taught that you got to figure it out, you will be okay, you got to thug it out, you got to man it up and be a man and suck it up. Those are the things that I was taught, and those were the images of what I seen throughout my life. I myself, I'm a visual learner, so I did not see men having conversations that started with and or included the term "you hurt me." They were very aggressive conversations. It was a lot of blaming, or a lot of cursing, or a lot of going back and forth. But using the term "you hurt me" and just being honest in that moment to say that was not something that I was taught and or seen throughout my life. And as you all know, I've been going through my therapy sessions with my counseling. I'm big up on mental health, and those are a lot of the things that we talk about. It's me being able to name and not try to dress it up or try to enter a conversation with someone and say things like, "Hey, I just want to talk to you about something real quick. It's not that serious, but I ain't trying to come off a wrong way, or I'm not trying to come off like this. I just no." Those are all fillers that will hinder us from getting to the source of what we need to say, instead of just saying what the problem is. So my challenge for Marcus is, say what hurt you. And of course, I talked about it in another episode. Is a conversation that I had to have with my dad, and not trying to be disrespectful or not trying to sugarcoat nothing, but say what it was. Give him the opportunity to address how you feel, because you don't know why he responded the way he did or how he felt in the moment about what he did. So I had a conversation with my dad, and I said, "This what you did here hurt me. This what you did here hurt me. Or this what you did in this situation hurt me. Or when you said this to me this way, it hurt me." Yeah, I know it sounds hard, and it is a hard thing to do, and it is a hard thing to say, but I promise you it gets easier over time, and it only gets easier the more you do it. I'm walking, so y'all know I'm on my run street, but I'm walking, so it is what it is. So, and even in that conversation, my dad and I were able to have a dialogue around those things. And you know what he told me? He said, "Son, I didn't even know. I didn't know you felt that way about this. I did not know that I hurt you by doing this. And he even shared some context about why he did what he did. And that alone made me, one, it made me take my guard down. And two, it opened me up. It gave me an opportunity to open up my heart. And now I need to listen and forgive as well. Because I think one thing that happens is when we're younger and when we're kids, we see things from a certain angle of how our parents handle situations. And I never understood the term that they just always told us was just keep living or wait till you have kids. And now I'm in that situation where I'm living. I'm 40 now and I have kids. I understand that I make decisions that I feel are best for me and my kids at this moment. And at that time, he made decisions based off of how he felt was best at that time in his life. Sometimes we forget that our parents were 21 and 22 and 23 and that they had to make decisions then. So even that saying, you hurt me, it challenges me in more ways than I don't want to be. But I know in order for me to grow, I have to be able to start those conversations with naming exactly how I feel and naming exactly what hurt me or what has caused me to be where I am right now. And I was caught in that situation today where I had a conversation with somebody and I was going back and forth. And for me, for Marcus, the struggle is always when I have to have these type of conversations with men. Sorry, that was a net. This always happens, or it's always at its hardest point for me when I have to have these conversations with men. When I have to have these type of conversations with women or the opposite sex, I don't really, I don't feel no type of way. I just feel like I'm gonna say what I need to say and boom, be gone. But for me, there has always been an insecurity or some type of or manly type of thing that whenever I had to have these hard conversations, straightforward, direct, in your face conversations with men, I used to always start the conversation with, hey man, how you doing? If you got a minute, I just wanted to holler at you about something real quick. It won't take long. I mean, I ain't trying to bother you. I ain't trying to start nothing. How's everything going in your life? You good? I just always felt like I needed to try to minimize or walk into the conversation some type of way. But I've learned what happens is that kind of waters down or taint the conversation because you're trying to make it so, I don't want to say you try to make it so giddy or friendly, but the intensity of it can be lost sometimes. So even in the conversation that I had to have recently with the person, they came up, we dapped it up, whatever like that, and I just straight up said, it was like, hey, when you did such and such and such, you hurt me. And their face was like, what? And yes, because I felt like our relationship was here and you did this, and then that made me feel like our relationship was not where I thought it was. And so when you did that, it hurt me. And that was hard for me to do and sit in it. And I didn't just rush the conversation. I allowed myself to sit in the conversation to see exactly where it was going to go. And they was like, I didn't know that. I didn't feel that way. I had to do something. And they gave their explanations and they gave their beliefs on the story. And I had to do it. I couldn't do anything but take them at their word. And the thing that I told them was this: I'm not necessarily looking for you to give me an explanation on why you did what you did. I don't have to understand or agree on why you did what you did. I say me having this conversation with you is more so for me than anything else. I say because Marcus, if Marcus doesn't have this conversation with you right now and tell you this, I will begin to start having bitterness in my heart towards you. And you would never even know about it. So even if you did start coming around, if I did start seeing you more, it would be something in my chest. It would be something in my heart that would turn every time I saw you. And I would not be able to accept anything you said. I would not be able to take anything you said. I would not be able to do anything with you because there's something in me, an issue that I have with you that I never even said nothing to you about it. And what's sad thing about it is the person would not have ever known. They probably would have felt it after a time, or they probably would have tried to pick up a relationship where it was at once upon a time, and I would have been like, oh, I don't touch. I ain't got nothing to say to you. Just being real petty. Forget what you want to believe. Men can be real petty. And so in order for me to not allow that to happen, I told him straight up, I had to come to you as a man and let you know exactly how I felt. And it felt awkward. It was hard to have that conversation with him. I didn't want to have that conversation, but it's one of those things where, Marcus, you can't keep talking about how you want to open up community for men to have these safe places for conversation and to talk about these types of things, and you don't take the first leap, or you don't continue to take leaps and grow and be able to say, this is what I did, I know it works, or this is what I did and I can help you get through it, if I don't have nothing to talk about. So I don't want my podcast to become a lecture. I want it to become a we all in this together type thing, you know? I don't yeah. So it's been hard. This was a real process, a real issue that I had to deal with, and I'm still going to continue to deal with it, because I know as I'm starting to do this now, there are more and more conversations, or more and more things that are going to come up, and it's going to probably even be harder, or even with people closer to me, that I'm going to still have to have those conversations that lead with, you hurt me. But I have to always ask myself, what am I more concerned about? Am I more concerned about this temporary not comfortableness that I'm gonna have to sit in? Or do I want to sit with this bitterness in my heart, a grown man dealing with bitterness in his heart towards somebody who don't even know they did something to me? Whew, yeah. So I'm being transparent, I'm being open, because I know these types of things are not had. And I challenge every man, I challenge every woman, I challenge everybody. If there is situations in your life that you have to deal with people, go to them as much as you can and lead with that. You hurt me. And don't feel like you need to wash down the conversation, or don't feel like you need to belittle how you felt, because you are entitled to those feelings. Yeah, we'll get healed, we'll get through that process, but right now I need to have a real straight conversation with you to let you know that when you did this and this, it made me feel this way and it hurt me. And I don't want bitterness to grow in my heart towards you when I know that we can figure it out together. Yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I hope this episode helps you, because I know it's continuing to help me daily, and it's stretching me daily to come out and share different things and be 100% open. As you can see, the weather is shifting where I am, and I guess I need to get my behind inside the house before I get caught up in this rain even more. So until next time, this has been your Dope Black Dad. I'll see you then.